Here we have our demo application. If we run it, we can sort of interact with our 3D model, and that's just literally dropped on as a 3D model. So it's a simple way you might include content in an application. In the same way you can drop in a panorama that you can pan around and look at 360, and of course you could have a 3D model and a ground plane in there. This is the game kit, so this is where you want to get in and do something modular that you can expose properties to your designers for. So I can specify, the shaders that are applied, things like this object over here. I can change the texture on them. So we've got a whole series of JavaScript commands, and you can see that when you go into the menu, which I'll show you in a moment. This is the game demo, and this is actually going to print some items out here to the console. So if I hit these guys, if I get them in time at the start, see I get a point for that. If I wait too long, they'll run all the way to my garden, and then I lose a life, and eventually, if I lose all my lives, it's the end of the game. And then in here you can see the information I can print out, and we'll show you that in a second in the script. This is a sample custom component that you can look at as well. So this is the Rotate 360 component. So if we stop the project, under your resources folder, you'll find all of the assets, and if we go into the scripts folder, look at the Whack-A-Mole game, for example. So here's all the code for the game. So this defines the component, which you just add into your project, and you magically get the game. We haven't exposed very many properties in this game, but you could expose things like speed of bugs, which level you're at, which graphic assets to use. These just go through and apply an effect and scale the garden graphics and the bug graphics. This loads up the start little PNG, the overlay graphic. This creates the text with the score and the lives and sets the font and the position. Binds to the down event. And then this is kind of the main code. So what this does is that when you want to pop a ladybird, checks to see if you've run out of ladybirds at the start, and if it does, it goes back to the end game state. If you are correctly able to pop a ladybird, calculates a random position, positions the model, and then it sets up this set of future. You can see these are tweens, so it sets up some animations that occur over time. And what's going to happen is in 2.5 seconds, or 2,400 milliseconds, we're going to be moving to run off the bottom of the page, and that happens at 3,000 milliseconds. So we're allowed to click on a ladybird up to 2,400 milliseconds, and obviously we could use some kind of level difficulty rating so that number could get shorter and shorter and shorter. And then it calls itself again, so every 3 seconds there'll be a new ladybird spawning. This is if you hit the page, so this is going to check to see if you hit the right spot, and if you hit it within the time, which is inside that 2,400 milliseconds, in which case, thumbs up, we get our hit animation, which is the little bug going through the ground again, and we increment our score. This restarts the game, so it just sets the original positions. That updates the score, and this does the end game animation. So it's about 2 and a bit pages of code. And the neat thing is that all of that interactivity is just bundled up inside that component, able now for anyone to use.